Please welcome Executive Vice President and General Manager, Agentforce Marketing, Salesforce, Steve Hammond.
Thank you so much, and welcome to the Marketing Keynote. I hope that this week has been full of inspiration for you. I hope you've had opportunities to network and connect with your peers and your friends. I hope that you've been inspired and that you have new strategies that you can take back to your organization. And we want to continue that inspiration here in this keynote. So thank you for being part of this. We're going to jump into the content in just a second, but before I do that, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here in this room today. Thank you for being part of Dreamforce. Thank you for being part of our community. We have our community over here as well. Let's hear some cheers. Come on, let's go. This is also, by the way, the 25th anniversary of the founding of the ExactTarget technology. How many of you in this room are ExactTarget users? All right. Well, we also just happen to have the very first customer of ExactTarget with us here, Wildbirds Unlimited. You guys want to stand up for just a second? Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us on this journey. Now, that journey is part of all of our lives. It's part of how we've all been running our businesses. We've had a journey in terms of technology changes. We've had journeys in terms of different ways of engaging with our customers over time. And through all those different journeys, you've been with us and we've been with you. You've been helping us to guide the strategy of our technologies. We pulled together some awesome technologies, the ExactTarget product, Pardot, Datorama, Evergage, CDP, and many more. And these technologies collectively represent over 2 trillion engagements every year that you manage with your customers. 2 trillion, that's a lot. And through this, we've continued to rank among the highest technologies in the space year after year. But the innovation continues. We all know this. We all know that the change of pace is rapid. AI and agents are changing everything. They're forcing us to rethink how we engage with customers. And we know this because we're all customers. And we know that when we go out and do a research for products, it's different today than it was a few years ago. It used to be that we would go through and we would click and do research and we would find all the different options and we would look at reviews and we would do that research on our own. But what do we do today? We use agents, don't we? We go through and we ask the agents to find those answers for us and to do it quickly. We ask these agents to be able to assist us and curate the information. And this is the expectation that customers have of your brands. But the problem is when we look at marketing technologies today, these marketing technologies today are still generally one way. They're still outbound messages with calls to action. They require the user to then click through from an email or from a website or from different locations to continue to find their path to the solution that they're looking for. But that has to change because the AI and agent revolution is here. And this is a time when we need to think about how do we re-engage our customers across these channels in more meaningful ways. If we can advance the slide, please. Thank you. This is the time when we can take our marketing technologies and turn them from outbound conversations or communications into two-way conversations. And this is what we're excited to share with you today because we're introducing now the introduction of Agentforce Marketing. Now, this is the marketing cloud that you know. This is the marketing cloud that you use today, but we've added Agentforce to it. And it's the marketing cloud that will allow you to be able to add and extend the technologies that you know and love that run your business, the mission-critical part of your business, and add the assistance of an agent that will help your teams, that will help you to be more efficient, that will help you to be able to take your outbound campaigns and turn them into two-way conversations. This is Agentforce Marketing. And it's available to all of you. Now, I've had a lot of conversations with your companies over the last few months and even over the last few days here at the conference as well. And the number one question we get is, great, what does this mean for me? Steve, you've just introduced something new. Can I use it? Can I leverage it? And the answer is yes. We've created a path that allows you to be able to use your existing implementation of Marketing Cloud, whether that's engagement or account engagement, and turn on Agentforce Marketing to get access to all the functionality that we're going to be highlighting today. This means that with your existing license, you can extend and add with no additional cost the abilities that we're going to be showcasing in this keynote. And on top of that, we've been very diligent because we didn't want to force you to migrate either. So we took an approach that allowed you to use your existing implementation and unlock that implementation to allow you to share your contact information, your historical campaign information, and allow it to be used with Agentforce. And we've done it in a step-by-step process that we'll be showing you here in the keynote. So that is our keynote. You're going to get a chance to go through and see now, what does this end of the do not reply era look like? We're going to start by giving you that example so you can really internalize that and understand some of the ideas. You'll keep seeing more examples throughout the keynote as we go. Then you're going to show you what I just talked about, unlocking your existing implementation and making it possible for you to use all this new technology without doing a huge lift. And then once you have that data and technology unlocked, what can you do with it? We're going to help you create adaptive experiences that are far more fluid, where an agent is part of that experience for the end consumer. And then we're going to help you to be able to create efficiencies for your teams and show you how you can use agents to make your campaigns more creative, the content more creative, and personalize at a higher scale. And then finally, we're going to help you to be able to turn your insights into impact by letting you connect your data back to agents to help you discover the performance of your campaigns and how you can continue to optimize. So this is going to be a fantastic keynote. Again, thank you for being here. And let's go ahead and kick it off by looking at the end of the do not reply era. The gentleman who's going to come up here and speak to us, he has an amazing accent. Pay close attention to it. And please give Matt Schultz a big, warm welcome. Matt.
Thank you, Steve. And thank you, all of you. This is an incredible turnout. Now, for the past decade or so, we've been marketing across our own channels, email, mobile, SMS, in somewhat of a broadcast fashion, meaning we're sending one-way messages to as many people as possible and hoping things will stick. But we haven't been doing this because this is the way that we want to go about it. It's just that we haven't really had the tools or the technologies available to do it any differently. This has ultimately led to us being able to define the entire era with 3 words: do not reply. And let me tell you a little something about the problem with do not reply marketing. We have an opportunity to interact and engage with our customers, but we cut it off right there and then. Now, this has led to certain things that you might hear in the world. There's certain narratives that pop up, drops in engagements across channels like email. It's led to us hearing about things like rhetoric that email is dead. But we all know in this room that email marketing certainly is not dead. It's the backbone of what we do. But those drops in engagement, they'll have your leadership saying things like, we need to send more. But let's be honest, guys, we all know the truth. We actually need to send better. And we're going to show you how you can look at doing this. But before we get into that, I want to introduce everyone to the most dynamic demo duo, west of the Mississippi, Aaron and Cassandra. They're going to help us bring this show to life. So Aaron, if you wouldn't mind, let's jump into the inbox. Now, for those who have been around Salesforce for some time, you may have seen one of these Road to Dreamforce emails. We basically send these out before the event. It provides information that could help you get a better experience. Now, this is from a live send just last week. There's something different about this email. See, this email can talk back. Instead of asking customers and prospects to go to a landing page to figure out their own needs, we just simply ask them to reply. Because from where we stand, email isn't a dead end, it's a conversation starter. So here, what customers could do, just simply ask a question about what they care about, event information, session content, product capabilities, and boom. Within a couple seconds, they get a unique, personalized response from Agentforce. But it doesn't stop there. See, Agentforce has the ability to tap into Data 360 and look at things, say, like Dreamforce ticket information. So it can determine which prospects are actually going to be at the event and can send promotional information, like, say, a booking with an Agentforce marketing expert, to that individual so they can get more out of that experience. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's pretty cool. That's one email sent to your entire audience with thousands of different personalized iterations based on what the customer wants. Aaron, let's jump into the email editor. Let's show everyone how we built this. So here we have our campaign, and as you guys can see, we've got these CTAs right at the bottom. They're all powered by Salesforce personalization data, so we're at least giving every single consumer who gets one of these that personalized touch. But I know what you're thinking. Matt, come on, it's 2025. Why are you talking to me about basic email personalization? Because what I want to tell you about next is actually not basic. See, we can take that base level personalization in every single touch and turn it into unique conversations simply by attaching Agentforce to every email. Now that's pretty cool. But here's the reality. For us to end do not reply marketing, we need to be able to traverse beyond the inbox to your other own channels. Well, guess what? We can do that too. Now, as Steve pointed out, I'm an expat. Some of you might know this. We love WhatsApp. So remember that appointment that I booked with the Agentforce marketing expert. I'm here at the event now, and boom, notification on my phone. But here's the problem. It's 10:33. I got that appointment at 11. I'm here talking to you guys. No way I'm getting to that. So I just simply open up my phone and I ask that agent, can I reschedule? But this is more than just a basic service interaction. Because yes, it can do that. But we're marketers. We want to promote more. We want to promote some of our event experiences, don't we? It can do that. It has all the contextual information from the previous conversation, from my unified profile, and it can serve me up information around demos, session content, and can also tap into unstructured data, like the map of Moscone. And because we all know this place is the world's largest maze, can even provide me directions to exactly where I need to go. Now, guys, I don't know about you, but this is what an experience for me should be like. When marketing's not just talking at me, it's working with me. And to help all of you end your do not reply marketing era, we got two amazing features that we're going to bring to you. The first we just talked about, two-way email, coming to all of you in Feb next year. And to help you span those two-way journeys beyond the inbox and SMS, we have a host of new mobile features coming to Agentforce Marketing this month. Now, that's going to give you the tools and technology to do what you need to do, but the success of those programs will come down to the data that powers them. So, to talk a little bit more about how unified data powers those two-way journeys, let's give a big round of applause for Natalie Mathis.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Matt. You just saw how Agentforce for Marketing is transforming customer engagement. But we have to be honest about something. None of it works without data. And every marketer knows the feeling. Your data is everywhere. You have a system for email. You have a system for ads, for service and sales. And your customers can feel that fragmentation. Now, data is a marketer's #1 challenge, and it's the most underutilized asset. Now, this is why we have built the world's #1 CDP with the Salesforce Data 360. It connects every signal across marketing, sales, service, and commerce into one unified profile. It's the foundation of everything you'll see today. And why is this so important? Well, when your data is unified and actionable across every app, channel, and Agentforce, marketing becomes seamless. Now, in order to deliver these experiences, you might be thinking, I'm going to have to move or migrate, but the best part is that you don't have to start from scratch. So, if you're an existing customer, maybe you're a marketing cloud engagement or account engagement customer, this means unlocking new power, two-way messaging, better personalization, unified experiences, and so much more that we're going to unpack today. Now, to do this, I actually want to start over here in the demo booth, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean to set up Data 360. So let's say I'm a marketer at Cumulus Financial, and today we're running our marketing activations inside of Marketing Cloud Engagement. When I log in, I'm greeted with some new capabilities to explore across Agentforce, connected journeys, deeper insights into campaign performance, and better message utilization. Sounds great. Let's get started. Now I'm immediately taken to a new setup page. I know, this is not going to be the sexiest screen you see today, but it might be the most important because these are the steps that you need to take to get started. So first, we just need to connect our accounts. Easy enough. Next, we'll deploy out-of-the-box data bundles. This will bring in our channel engagement data across journeys, email, SMS, and WhatsApp, and mobile. Now, once this starts, this will run in the background. So we've automatically started to map your data. It'll take up to a couple of hours, depending on how much data you have. And then the last step here is the option to map in our business units. So we want to maintain all of that organizational structure that we already have. And there we go. A couple of clicks, we've automated the setup process for you. You don't have to just take my word for it, though. If we go over to Data 360, we can see that there are new data streams flowing in. So this is all of your channel engagement data that we've just unlocked from Marketing Cloud Engagement. So now we see them pulling in real time. And this is a great start. But I know some of you might be thinking, okay, what about my data extensions? I've spent so much time building some really complex data sets. Well, you've laid your foundation. So to add on from here, it's easy to do that. We'll click New Data Stream, and we can select any source to pull in. But of course, here, we're going to select Marketing Cloud. And we'll right away see all of the data extensions that we have in Marketing Cloud Engagement. So now we can map those in a couple of clicks. Same process that we just went through with the setup. So now we're ready to activate this. Your marketing team has just unlocked next-gen marketing. So let's put it to work. We'll go over to our audience segments. And here I want to build a new audience, and I'm going to ask Agentforce for some help. So I'm going to simply just start by providing a prompt. I'm going to describe what I'm looking for, in this case, a high-value existing customer base. I'm including my ideal attributes here. And notice something. This will take a couple of seconds, and Agentforce will come back with a newly defined audience. It's one that considers our profile affinities, our web engagement, CRM data, and the new data that we've just mapped in. So let's go ahead and create this segment. And once Agentforce creates this segment, notice the fields coming in. We're pulling in email engagement, journey activity, along with specific web behavior and profile attributes. This is the data that we just unlocked coming into a unified profile. So we're going beyond opens and clicks here to define our audiences. We're using the full picture and their full profile. It's not just faster either, it's more intelligent. So we'll publish this segment, and now it's ready to be activated anywhere. So in a few steps, we've just gotten started with our new data foundation. And I actually want to pause here and encourage all of you to go ahead and scan this QR code to get a setup guide and a demo similar to the one that you just saw. And you can get started with your organization to go through these 3 steps. Connect your Marketing Cloud engagement accounts, bring in those automated channel bundles, and add on from there. This isn't Keynote magic. It's real, and we're so excited for you to all get started with it today. But you're not getting rid of me just yet, because we have a lot more to unpack. Because we've just set our foundation, and now we can unpack journeys powered by unified data. So what does this mean? It goes from siloed campaigns to a unified experience, from disjointed analytics to a centralized view of performance, from custom coding, complex coding to connect journeys to adaptive experiences across the entire lifecycle. So I want to go back into the demo and actually show you what this looks like. Teams today manage dozens of activities across all of their different marketing activations and different teams running paid channels, owned channels. You also have your commerce, service, and sales activities that are related to the same goals. And traditionally, there's never been a real clear through line into how all of these connect. Aaron here has pulled up a centralized campaign workspace. This changes that. We can now manage and see across every team all of these activities. And notice we've got a new option here. We can actually add in journeys. So we built our data foundation, and now we can bring in journeys directly from Marketing Cloud Engagement. With a couple of clicks, We've selected the relevant ones from Marketing Cloud Engagement, and we've added them into this campaign. Our systems are now talking to each other. We've got an extended UI. Now, right away, we've unlocked something new. If we go over to our insights, we can see here a new view into performance. This is beyond just your email opens and sends, but it's actually business impact across all of these activities that we have associated with this campaign. This includes your journey data. It's just insights that you didn't have before. Now, I've saved the best for last, because now we get to talk about flow. Flow is going to take orchestration as you know it today and up-level it, because it's connected to the Data 360, and you now can orchestrate experiences intelligently across the entire lifecycle. So let's build one together. Here we'll start with an out-of-the-box event trigger. We see activities that we can use across commerce, service, sales. We can also see here, we can use activities from Marketing Cloud Engagement. So we're going to select when a journey goal has been met. Now these are out-of-the-box triggers. No custom coding. I didn't have to call my IT team. We did this in a couple of clicks. Now let's continue to build from here. We're going to build a decision split, and this will help us define how we want our audience to be routed. Now, we can use real-time signals from Data 360 to intelligently create adaptive experiences. So we can provide the right experience as they're engaging in real time. Here, we're going to build it based on web activity. So again, a couple of clicks, and now we have two paths. Let's go over to our first audience. It's a bit more narrow, and so we have a very defined, perfect journey we've already built in Marketing Cloud Engagement. We can select Send to Journey, and right away we can see all of our journeys that we have in Marketing Cloud Engagement. Now, I want you to notice two things. One, we're not moving or rebuilding anything. We see all of our journeys showing up here. We're simply connecting to what already exists. And second, we can now build onto this. We can connect journeys from one to the other without any custom SQL. We can do it in clicks because it's all in one intelligent flow. Great. This looks good. Aaron, let's move over to the other side of our branch here. For this audience, it's a bit broader. We have a few different journeys that we could use. So we're actually going to use Agentforce to help us out here. Now, we're going to select the journey decisioning agent. And what this will do is it will actually look across our journeys that we have in Marketing Cloud Engagement, and it'll decide which one is the most relevant journey by individual in real time. So every individual gets the most relevant journey for them. We didn't have to build anything new. We're simply maximizing what we already have. So this will look at the unified profile and its affinities, and it'll decide in real time as this customer comes into this flow, which journey to send to. Now, this is adaptive journeys. It's not just automated, it's autonomous. It's journeys powered by the Data 360. We just set up Data 360 built into Agentforce Marketing. It's available now for your teams to unlock. We also have two new innovations, Journey Decisioning, which you just saw, coming this month, and Business Units coming in February of next year. Now, to take us to the next chapter, I'm so excited to introduce Abby Spons. She's going to be talking to us about how Agentforce adapts with every customer and every experience. So Abby, I'm going to pass over to you. Take it away.
Thanks, Natalie. I'd like to ask everyone here a question. What if every experience, not just marketing messages, could spark a two-way conversation? What if adaptive agentic websites turned every page visit into a personalized dialogue? It's your best salesperson, your smartest service rep, your most creative marketer, all rolled into one digital experience. Now, historically, delivering these truly one-to-one personalized experiences at scale has been impossible to do. But that's changing, thanks to Agentforce Marketing and trailblazing customers like Fisher & Paykel, who's leading the way here. Now, you may remember Fisher & Paykel, a luxury home appliances brand, from our Dreamforce keynote last year. Since then, they've seen a 33% increase in order conversions, thanks to recommendations from Salesforce personalization. They remain an incredible, innovative partner working alongside us to help define what AI means for marketing. As a luxury brand, they couldn't afford to miss out on personalization. Their customers demand a high-touch, tailored experience. But that's really hard to do at the scale that they need it. Or at least it was, until they were able to unlock their data from across the business and use it to power real-time personalization. And now, Agentforce, to connect conversations across channels and departments. This story is not vision. This is real, live, working code. And I know that because my team helped build it. So let's dive into a demo to see it in action. Imagine Cassandra here is a Fisher & Paykel customer. She opens an email and clicks through to the website. Instead of a generic experience, Cassandra's prompted to start a new conversation with Agentforce. She's on the site today because she's shopping for a cooking range. Agentforce is able to immediately return relevant suggestions just for her. It can do that because Cassandra's unified profile is in Data 360, providing context like what she's already purchased and looked at. Do you see what just happened? That entire chat shifted to the left, so the conversation's still in view, while the rest of the screen becomes this brand new immersive layout that's layered on top of the web page. Here, Cassandra can see those relevant suggestions along with side-by-side product comparisons and even specially curated details just for her. It's as if she's sitting down with the best employee or brand ambassador that Fisher & Paykel has, ready to help her with anything she needs. And it's all powered by Agentforce. Agentforce is returning custom recommendations for Cassandra to help nurture the conversation and guide her towards a purchasing decision. Agentforce can do this because the context is in Salesforce and the intent is in the conversation. But how does this all work? Behind the scenes, Agentforce is pulling in structured and unstructured content from the CMS using Data 360 connectors. It's then enriching it with intent, translating all of that wonderful natural language to help influence which recommendation strategy to use and what results to return. And it's updating that layout in milliseconds, thanks to our real-time pipeline, personalization decisioning, and web SDK. Now, sometimes a conversion doesn't mean making a purchase. Sometimes it's just taking the next step with a brand. For Fisher & Paykel, this is having someone join them in person at one of their experience centers. And Agentforce can help here too. Using rich contextual data like geolocation information, Agentforce can automatically route each individual to their closest experience center and walk them through making their appointment. All right, Cassandra's all set. Now, we're all busy, we've got a lot of things going on. Sometimes we need reminders. Agentforce follows up with a text message, sharing all of Cassandra's appointment details with her. Cassandra opens it up and realizes she's got a few other questions. She's curious to learn more about warranty information for those cooking ranges she was looking at. Agentforce knows when a conversation is best served by a human representative and seamlessly routes Cassandra to one of Fisher & Paykel's customer service team members. This is a connected service and marketing experience. The service rep pulls up Cassandra's unified profile. Everything you see here, this is that rich context that's powering all of Agentforce. And anyone can see it, whether it's the marketing rep, service, it's all there. The service rep answers Cassandra's questions and closes out the case, which we can now see on that engagement history, so that all of Cassandra's touch points are available to anyone at Fisher & Paykel, so they're able to help nurture her journey with the brand, in addition to answering her questions in the moment. This is what we mean by experiences that adapt with customers across channels and departments. That two-way SMS you saw, that is GA today. And those adaptive websites, what we just saw live on Fisher & Paykel's site, that will be generally available to all customers this December. Now, to help us understand how to build campaigns at the speed of creativity, I'd like to introduce Eric Zenz, SVP of Product Management, to the stage.
Thanks, Abby. For years, marketing automation hasn't exactly been automatic. Marketers have dutifully crafted campaigns, crafting every decision to build one-size-fits-most journeys that they hoped didn't leak. And still today, marketers spend an average of 7.5 weeks building and launching campaigns. That's slowing you down from getting the target message to the right customer at the right time. Sometimes it's stale before it's even out the door. But what if you could just simply set the vision for a campaign and just delegate the rest? Sounds like a dream, right? Well, that's where Agentforce Marketing comes in. It's like an agency of AI agents built just for you. Picture campaign creation agents that help with tasks like planning and content, or orchestration agents that help with identifying an audience, building the perfect journey, and then ensuring each customer's on it. Or activation agents that help with activating across any channel, from email to mobile to web, delivering real-time personalization, and also helping to nurture conversations, like nurturing leads. Now, I can't think of a better way to bring this to life than through the lens of an innovative customer that's doing this today, Indeed. Indeed is a global hiring platform and job search site, and they help connect employers with job seekers. They were struggling a little bit with disconnected marketing, sales, and service applications that challenged them from building an integrated customer experience and slowed down their marketing processes. Let's roll the film to see how they solved this with Agentforce Marketing.
On the Indeed platform, every 3 seconds, a job offer is made. We have over 600 million job seeker profiles and nearly 3.5 million employers.
That allows us to create amazing connections with people,
so that job seekers can find opportunities and employers can find talent. For marketers, they're asked to do more and more and more and more with less every single year. A lot of the frustrations in the marketing world often are about technology. Your data is in 10 different places. You're activating across 5 different platforms.
If we are not creating better and better experiences with our employers, with our job seekers, we're going to lose.
In this new agentic world, the game is completely changed.
We chose Salesforce because of the power of the platform.
Marketing Cloud is built directly on top of Data Cloud, and it has immediate access to all of our rich data that we need to drive effective campaigns and that you need to drive personalization. For marketers, that is gold.
It comes down to one thing and one thing only: simplicity. And Agentforce is a key lever for radical simplicity.
Agentic Campaign Builder can bring a dimension of productivity and speed that really has been hard to achieve for marketers.
Agentic solutions allow us to scale some of the things that we want to do at an exponential rate. This leads to more job seekers having great outcomes.
Indeed sends a lot of emails, over 300 million a year. Traditionally, it's really flat. It's one email with a message. Now, with the digital workforce of agents, it's a two-way conversation.
The future is going to be an agent understanding what's happening with our customer base and an agent understanding what's happening with our employee base.
And that means that you're actually building a relationship in real time with your customers. So if you know a ton about your customer, the type of conversation that you can have with them in a marketing context suddenly becomes so much more engaging and now feels a little bit like magic.
A job is not just the job. There's an element of feeling connected and wanted as a human. We get this amazing opportunity to focus on what is really important, and that's the customer.
What an inspiring video. And we get to go even deeper with an actual Indeedian, Linda West, VP of Business Automation. Linda, thank you for joining us today.
Happy to be here today.
So in the video, we saw that Indeed connects millions of job seekers with employers every day. But that scale must come with some unique challenges. How do you solve that with Agentforce Marketing?
Yeah, good question. So before we moved to Marketing Cloud, Our marketing technology ecosystem was admittedly a bit of a maze. So we had data everywhere, lots of different technology solutions for activation, and that complexity made it really difficult for us to actually produce and provide those personal, connected experiences that our employers, our customers expect from us. And when an employer comes to Indeed, they have an urgent hiring need. They are ready to hire. They need talent to drive their business forward. And we take that responsibility very seriously. And so what we needed is a solution where we could bring all of our data together so that we could understand exactly what point in time they needed what product from us from Indeed. And we also needed a solution that would help us activate faster so that we could move at their speed. And that's why we moved to Marketing Cloud.
So it's a great insight, but we agreed before that we wanted to bring this to life with a demo of a real campaign that you'd need to create and help you multitask a little bit and get some work done while we're up here. So take us through the strategy of the campaign that we'll create today.
Yeah, so what you're seeing on screen is we can prompt Agentforce to reactivate and re-engage employers. So employers don't have the same hiring needs throughout the whole year. They may be opening up a new location, or they may be building out a campaign or building out an employee base in engineering to build a new product. And so we want to be able to detect immediately when an employer has a new hiring need so that we can be top of mind at the very beginning of that journey. And that's a really important part of our strategy.
Right. And what we can see here is that Agentforce has already drafted that entire campaign, including some framing for the orchestration as well as the content. And a process that might have taken your team days and coordination across other teams has now been consolidated in a matter of moments into the campaign with the guidance of Agentforce. So let's switch gears and talk about your segmentation. How do you use all of your connected data to identify which employers to engage?
Great question. So we're pulling in signals like how long has it been since an employer last posted a job? We're also looking at what products they've used in the past to hire on our platform. And this enables us to actually bring together all of the rich profile data that we have about the employer and what they need, and marketplace signals so that we can detect when an employer has a new or emerging need, and so we can flow them directly into the right campaign and communicate with them immediately.
Right, and it's powerful to see all that connected data come together right there in the UI. And that sets the baseline for personalization. But the other part of personalization, of course, is the content. And here we can see that Agentforce has already drafted great copy for us, and we can even see how to make it more dynamic. But what if you need more? And so what we've done is we've allowed AI partners to come into this experience to help you generate anything from layout to copy to images. Because to get the level of personalization you want to achieve, you got to have a rich library of assets all available for agentic personalization. So how do you feed that beast? How do you keep up with the demands to create so much content?
Another excellent question. So it used to take us quite a bit of time and energy and effort to build all of the text and imagery that would be personalized to each individual segment we're trying to target. Because hiring needs across different industries can be really different. And we want to be able to address that really directly. So it used to take us, weeks to build that type of personalization into a program, and now we can do it nearly instantaneously. And that enables these experiences to be more customized, more personalized, and more connected to the needs that our employers actually have.
Right. Well, it seems like all that's left for us to do here is to activate this campaign, see how it looks in the inbox, and it's just as we designed. So yeah, you can see how we've gone from an idea to a plan to a polished, personalized campaign in a matter of moments. It's pretty amazing. So Linda, I only have a little bit more time, so just one last question for you. What parting advice do you have for marketers that just still feel like they're struggling to deliver a personalized experience?
Well, I have a lot of advice because I have been in the marketing technology space for way longer than I care to admit. But I think one of the things that I am seeing right now is that marketers have always been asked to do the same thing. They have always been asked to provide beautiful, scaled, personalized, connected experiences across a customer's journey. And in order to do that, we have had to stitch together and duct tape and wire data and processes and teams from marketing to sales to customer success. And it's taken a lot of energy and effort to get to that point of a connected journey. And frankly, marketers have risen to the occasion. Probably everyone in this room has done that. And we've built a lot of really complex systems in order to enable and achieve that. And what Marketing Cloud for us represents is a shift in our ability to do that with ease. It represents a simplicity in the how so that we can now focus on the why. We can focus on connecting with customers. We can focus on really bringing to life these experiences that live in our heads. And for Indeed, that means driving lifecycle, driving trust, driving connection. And it also means driving revenue, and it means driving our mission forward of helping people get jobs. And that's why we've chosen Marketing Cloud.
Well, thanks again, Linda. And I think we can agree that was a campaign at the speed of creativity.
Absolutely.
So one of the exciting capabilities we showed in that demo was how we're bringing innovative content partners like Writer, Typeface, Jasper, and more into the experience, and that will be available to customers starting this month. So thank you again, Linda, for sharing your story with us in this small, intimate audience. And now I'd like us all to welcome Pras Vijayakumar, VP of Product Management, to tell us how to turn insight into impact. Thanks, Pras.
Thank you so much, Eric. Did you know that over half of marketing spend is wasted because of bad strategy, targeting, or just after-the-fact optimization? But despite knowing this, most organizations don't have the headcount, you don't have the resources, you don't have the time to continuously monitor and improve your performance. Well, let's see how Agentforce can help us with this. And we're going to go back to a diagram that Eric had shared earlier. This was really centered around campaign creation. But now let's see what happens when we add in some optimization agents. Agents that are continuously monitoring your performance, your creative, and your media spend. And they surface those insights directly to you inside Slack so that your marketers can act fast. These turn insights into impact. And I have the privilege of showing you what this looks like in our final demo of today. And to do that, we're going to go back to our dynamic duo up here at the front, Cassandra and Aaron. So we're going to start off our journey inside Cumulus's marketing channel. Here, we're running a credit card promo for this fall. And thanks to Tableau Next visualizations, my team has access to real-time metrics that are surfaced to them right in the flow of their work. Now, I can see that we're still trending towards our overall conversion goal, but that sign-up really dipped in the last week. This is a good update, but we got to figure out what's happening here. Now, if you think this is the part of the demo where we're going to click into the dashboard and play with the filters, you would be wrong. We're not going to have our analysts spend time and hours pulling together the reports to dig through and find out what's happening with this. Instead, we are going to have a conversation with our data. Right from this metric, we can ask Agentforce what's driving this slowdown. And Agentforce is able to look at all the underlying data and tell us that we've got some softness with our email engagement, but it doesn't have a clear answer for us on what's happening with paid media. So we got to look at the whole customer journey. And to do that, we're going to head over into marketing intelligence, where we got a whole new view into customer attribution here. This is one that considers every single touch point on the customer journey. And scrolling down, we can see our best performing channels. And over on the right-hand side, we get even more information related to spend and revenue that helps us narrow down that the place we have a problem is actually in Google Ads. So why don't we dig into this a little bit more? We'll head over into our performance overview, where we can see that it's not just a problem with conversions, we also have a problem with engagement in this channel. Now, this is where most marketing teams and organizations hit a wall. Paid media is often the largest part of your budget. It is the most notoriously difficult part of your budget to actually measure, especially things like return on ad spend. And let's not even get started on what it would take for us to redirect this budget. But Agentforce can help us with this. We can ask Agentforce to help us optimize all the campaigns that are running across Google Ads. It's going to ask us what our goals are, which, if you remember, it's all about conversions. It's going to find all the low-performing campaigns that were on Google Ads. We can view them in the details here, and we can hit pause. We didn't have to go hunting for them. We didn't have to click on them one by one. Agentforce helped us and saved us from wasting our paid media budget. Again, this is something you don't have the headcount, you don't have the resources, and you don't have the time to be doing. Now that we've paused all those low-performing campaigns, let's see what we can do to optimize our segmentation and targeting. We'll head over into segment intelligence, where I can see my best-performing campaigns in the top left here. The high value and big spenders. Naturally, as marketers, I would like more people like that. And how do you find more people like your best-performing segments? In the past, maybe that's spray and pray with your paid media budget. Maybe it's sharing lists with your trusted partners. But let me talk to you about a new way we can tackle this. With Data 360 Clean Rooms, we allow you to share information with your trusted partners in a way that keeps your customer information confidential and private. And you can do this without moving any of the data around thanks to zero copy. In our case, we've got some matches with our shared partners here, and we can have Agentforce identify for us where we have overlapping attributes with our best segments. In this case, we've got things like luxury and dining. We can use that information to create new ad activations that can target things like points for fine dining or luxury rewards. This is going to increase the size of our best performing segments. We can use that information for better creative, better positioning. That's going to lead us to better ad performance. This is how we turn insights into impact. This is marketing that never sleeps, and it doesn't stop when the campaign ends. It learns, it adapts, and it acts. And to show you and to tell you when you're going to get all this amazing innovation, paid media optimization is available to you right now. You get unified analytics later this month, clean rooms in December, and finally multi-touch attribution in February. To close us off, Steve, back to you.
All right. Okay, well, thank you, Praz. Thank you to our presenters and the demo drivers. Also, thank you to Linda and the Indeed team, and also to Fisher & Paykel as well. We've gone through some incredible content here in the keynote. I want to take a minute now and help share with you how to activate it. But before we do that, I want to take a second and thank one of our amazing community members. Ollie Seed, do you want to jump up with us here? Let's give Ollie a big round of applause here. This is Ollie. He runs the community for the Dubai community. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay, so you've accomplished some pretty amazing things. I think there's some superhuman strength in here, but I think you have 10 certifications. Is that right?
That's right.
How many badges?
I think just over 300.
Just over 300 badges. Pretty amazing. Okay, great. Well, first of all, thank you for being an active part of the community and really helping all of us in the room here and people around the world really understand how to use these technologies effectively. Can you share with us your story? How did you get into being a trailblazer?
So I started using Marketing Cloud when I actually joined ExactTarget as an employee back in 2012. I had incredible leaders, mentors, and we embraced the Orange culture. For those who don't know what the Orange culture is, it's about passion, learning, teamwork, and going that extra mile. So when I left Salesforce, I carried that spirit forward. I founded Connect Digital. We're an implementation partner based in the UAE. And I work with universities to help grads to be part of the Salesforce ecosystem. In addition to that, I started the first Marketing Cloud community group in Dubai and eventually co-founding Dubai Dreaming.
Wonderful. You're helping a lot of people get into this and really continue that spirit of that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, we just have a moment here left, but I want to help share with the audience some of your wisdom around AI. What advice would you have for this audience on how to get into using Agentforce and AI?
For sure. So for me, the biggest leap in agentic marketing is moving away from task execution into true strategy. It would free up marketeers from doing the typical daily task and focus on the creativity, the impact, and the data. My biggest advice to the audience is don't try to do everything at once. pick a high impact use case that aligns with your company goals, and treat your agents as partners rather than replacements. And most importantly, collaboration is key. Share your use cases, define your experiments, and learn together with the community.
Wonderful advice, thank you. Well, it's also my honor, and I think Gilda's going to help us out here as well, to present you with a golden hoodie. Let's give him a big warm welcome here. Congratulations. Thank you. All right, thank you so much for being with us through this keynote. The last thing I want to quickly highlight here is that we've talked about a lot of innovation. I mentioned this earlier. It's really important that we all understand this. All of this innovation is available to all of you. If you look at this, you can easily see where you fit in this category here. You've got all these great products up here. You can easily see that all of these technologies that we've been sharing with you are available to you. And to help you get started with that, please take a picture of this QR code. Bing, there we go. And that will help you to start the process of engaging and getting this going to make it easier for you. And the last thing I'll quickly highlight is that there are 15 more sessions to go out in the campground area. Go take advantage of that. That's the same QR code. You can still take a picture of that. But thank you so much for being here, and have a wonderful remaining Dreamforce. Thank you so much.